How do you feel about serial killer movies? You got a lot. We just had the official Friday the 13th come out with one of the goats with Jason
Mhm.
Voorhees. Man, he'll use anything. He'll arrows, machetes, sleeping bags, brute force, pitchforks, but shark.
What about sharks, though?
It was like, it was like you got to go pretty hard to use nature as your weapon.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, easy cleanup. I'm not a serial killer, but I assume.
Yeah, but Dangerous Animals follows the story of Hassie Harrison, who is a transplant living in Australia, who is a surfer girl who runs afoul of a serial killer played by Jai Courtney, who takes people out onto his boat in the middle of the ocean and feeds them to sharks.
And he's really
So
into it too.
I feel like that's about oh, he fucking loves his he loves chum and using sharks, baby.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we said this before with Jai Courtney, because Jai Courtney, he was one of those actors that Hollywood was really trying to push in the early
Mhm.
2010s, trying to shove him into everything, but it always felt like he was a big block of wood until you got to
Yeah.
see Suicide Squad, which he is ironically the best actor in that movie. And I feel like
Yes.
a lot of it was because he could use his real accent.
Oh man. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because he's the best part. Like I feel like he has a lot more fun than any other actor in that first movie.
Yeah, and I mean this as the biggest compliment possible, but Tucker, who is the character that Jai Courtney plays, this feels like if this movie was made 10 years ago, would have been a role Nicolas Cage would have ate.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. This is a Nick Cage role.
Yeah, and you get so much of that in just the opening scene where you get him taking two tourists onto his boat and giving them, a shark cage experience that,
Mhm.
white people do.
Exactly. He even sings Baby Shark with them, to
Yeah.
ease their
And
tension.
yeah, and it's such a phenomenally acted scene because it does
Mhm.
so much to build the tension. We know the second they say, "Oh, so nobody knows you're out here." I
Yeah.
was like, "We know that shoe's gonna drop. We're just
Yeah.
waiting for when."
Yeah, and it's almost immediate. Like the facade between happy-go-lucky Tucker, who takes you on a shark journey, to serial killer Tucker is like quick.
And right after that, during the opening credits, we're introduced to Zephyr, who's played by Hassie Harrison, who, some of you white audience members might recognize from Yellowstone. Also from Tacoma FD, the True TV Broken Lizard show that was
Okay,
canceled just recently, but I liked it a lot.
okay,
And yeah, she's a drifter who is just living on the edge, just traveling
okay.
Australia, surfing the waves. When she
And she
has a
was
little meet cute with a real estate agent named Moses, who's played by Josh Houston, who they have their little meet cute, but of course she can't accept love. She's not ready for it.
she's different. She's not ready. She's damaged.
She has very firm and very wrong opinions about Creedence Clearwater Revival. So that's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you
she
know
has a big
she's
thing.
different.
That's how you know, you guys. She lets you know from the jump.
So I I had a great time with this movie, especially
Mhm.
hearing that this was a new film directed by Sean Byrne, who's an Australian filmmaker. He's done films like The Loved Ones from 2009, which is one of the most fucked up movies I've seen in my entire life,
See, yeah,
and
you told
also
me that. It was like,
and
okay,
also
yeah,
The Devil Candy back in 2015, and this is his first project since then. And I'm surprised with how campy this movie is because
Mhm.
you have Jai Courtney eating up that scenery every time he's in this, and it does it so well that he makes me miss whenever he's not on screen because whenever he's not, and we're kind of stuck with the performance of by Hassie Harrison, who I think is very good in this movie and is giving much more than this script will allow her. I just feel like she's a very thinly written character.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, like I mean, just like we were joking about, like she has grievances with Credence, and she shit talks Moses a little bit
And
at
both
first.
and both her and Josh Houston are both absurdly hot.
Yeah, they're CW
It's
hot.
like they are CW. They got passed over on the casting for Arrow hot.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, like it is a little thin, but like it plays into the stereotypes a little bit, plays into the tropes of both shark movie and serial killer movie. But I believe Jai Courtney, of course, gets the bits to chew
Mm,
on than our other two actors.
mm. Yeah, and so much of what I think this movie does well is with its tension building because
Mhm.
is you have this very well shot, very gorgeous looking movie set on the ocean, which if you've ever followed any kind of behind the scenes of Hollywood, filming on water is a fucking nightmare
It
because there's
sucks.
so many intangibles that you can't control.
Mhm.
Oh, and the movie, it looks great. It's one of the bigger releases for Shutter. Sean Byrne, I think he does a great job of building tension, which, you
Yeah.
know, this is like about the biggest nightmare scenario for anybody. It's like, yeah, you're in the middle of a boat, you take them below deck, and they can't say no because of the implication.
Implication. No, you said the word again. What's the
That's oh my god, this movie is basically just Dennis
It
Reynolds and
is.
his
That's all I
serial
could think
killer.
about. Is the implication.
Yeah. But yeah, what were some of your thoughts on this?
As a fan of like Shutter horror movies, like this was on my radar,
Mhm.
like from like that first trailer, so I was very excited for it. Always a big fan of shark movies and serial killer movies, so I was like, oh yeah, two of my favorite things. Why not? Um, so yeah, I went in like kind of knowing exactly what I wanted, and it gave me that. I had a
Mhm.
great time with it. I think Jai Courtney, like we mentioned, is uh, great. He's channeling his inner Buffalo Bill, and he gets a lot of great scenes to just by himself, even like just to chew it up and just be very creepy and unsettling. But yeah, this is a fun movie. Like it's very just simplistic but effective at what it does.
Mhm. And yeah, speaking of that simplicity and that effectiveness, because Zephyr, she's not an incompetent character.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like she nearly escapes multiple times and is
Mhm.
shut down like on the brink of her getting away or something intervening. That hope is ripped right away, which I think Sean Byrne does really well in this, and something that if for those of you who haven't watched The Loved Ones, definitely check that out if you want to be scarred for life.
I want to. Yep, I'll do it.
But that's something the movie does really well with you know building and then escalating that tension
Mhm.
and
I agree.
making Jai Courtney feel dangerous this entire movie.
Yeah, because like there's like a moment like when she first gets on the boat and like she's immediately started trying to get out, like trying to
Mhm.
like find some way to get out. And like you said, like every time like she almost does, it's like you want to hope for her so bad. Like she's a very
Yeah.
easy final girl to root for.
Yeah, to Hattie Harrison, I haven't seen a lot of her. I've only seen
Mm.
her really in like clips on my YouTube shorts for Tacoma FD that pop
Yeah,
up. And I'm sure she's great on Yellowstone. I just, don't have the time to or desire to watch it.
I'm not gonna watch that.
But yeah, she's a great final girl. I feel like her her dynamic with Jai Courtney, I feel like that's when the movie's at its strongest.
Mhm.
Even if a lot of the dialogue in this movie is very, wannabe edgelord type dialogue, especially from Jai Courtney.
Oh, for sure. He's kind of living in
They-
the past.
They're the most dangerous animals in the world. Yeah, I was attacked
Yeah,
by
to see something as
chose
beautiful as that.
me.
That's the greatest show on earth.
It's that kind of dialogue, and this movie is cheesy as fuck, but damn, I
Yes.
had a good time.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at with it, and it's amazing. Shudder is always kind of good at striking that sweet spot of like just cheesy enough, but still an effective horror movie.
All right. What are your final thoughts on Dangerous Animals?
I had a great time with it. I went to the theater to see it with my girlfriend, and she loved it. She was a big shark movie fan.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, like I had a great time with it. Like mentioned before, it's exactly what I wanted out of this type of movie. I definitely need more roles like this for Jai Courtney because he is so fun to watch. Like this,
Just let the man let every character he plays be an Aussie, because
exactly.
that
Stop.
feels like it's the only time I've ever gotten where he's great in a movie.
Exactly. No more American accents for Jai Courtney. Australian only.
Okay,
Um,
I'll give him Jack Reacher. That's the one I'll give him.
fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, no, this is fun. Like I was unfamiliar with Sean Byrne before this, but I definitely want to check out more of his movies like after this. Like it's got a nice style to it. Like it's a short runtime. I think it was like what 90 something minutes
Yeah,
or
it's 98 minutes with credits.
okay, there you go. So yeah, it's easy in and out. I think if you're a fan of like shark movies, serial killer movies, high tension situations, you're gonna find some enjoyment in this. Um, and yeah, like I think our final girl Zephyr is like a very strong contender. Like she is a fighter, and it was very fun rooting for her throughout it. And yeah, I just had a great time, and I think I would give this a super strong stream it, like a very much leaning on almost cinema for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there. It's like I'd seen the trailer. I wasn't expecting much. I heard that Sean Byrne had a new movie with Jai Courtney, and I wasn't expecting much. But then, sitting down in the theater to see this, I was like, damn, this is a really good time. It has a great look to it. Has this very sleek style to it. It has this phenomenal performance from Jai Courtney, who why hasn't he played more unhinged characters,
More
unhinged Aussie
psychopaths.
characters before? Yeah. And he is so much fun to watch that you actively miss him whenever he's not on screen. Even, for as good as I think Cassie Harrison is in this as our final girl, I feel like the script is kind of really the script and her character is underwritten to the point where she is bringing more to this than is what is on the page.
Yeah, for sure.
And that, is a good thing because, this is a very short runtime movie, but it keeps you engaged. It keeps building the tension, which I think any great horror, any great thriller should do.
Mhm.
And this movie does such a good job of, building up your expectations for, oh my God, is she going to get away? Is she going to get
Yeah,
away? Is this going to be it? That you're on the edge of your seat waiting for it. It's like, come on, come on, come on, come on.
right, exactly. Yeah, it's so good.
And yeah, for that, this is one of the bigger surprises of the year for me. I had a great time watching this. I highly recommend seeing this in the theater or checking it out when it comes on streaming. I think that this is a strong stream it movie. It's a great thriller. It's like a great surprise movie.
Mhm.
It's something that it is very small, a very small scale, very tight, taut thriller. And it's a great time. But I feel like the script is kind of underwritten to the point where I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't suggest going, I wouldn't, necessarily not recommend going to see it in a theater.
Yeah,
It's like if you've seen everything else in there, yeah, check this out.
for sure. I think like yeah, is as long
Like
as you're a
there are
big
worse
shark,
ways to spend your time and money.
exactly, right? You have a fun time with this.